Welcome everyone to the Today's Woman Show, the May edition. We've got a group of sisters standing behind me. We know how we see them, but ladies, how do you want the women watching to see you after today's show?
A dreamer. A healer. Innovative. Blessed.
Hard worker.
Back with Ramona Brewer, and we're talking anger. Ramona, thanks so much for being here with us today. Interestingly enough, anger for me is that only emotion that I feel when it comes on. It is unpleasant, I don't like it, but it's a natural thing. I mean, we all get angry. I will say it seems as though for the last 2 years it's been a little more pervasive. What do you think has been causing that?
Well, right now we're in the middle of trying to survive a pandemic. COVID-19 hit us hard. A lot of loss happened, with COVID-19. I don't think people realize how quickly and swiftly we had to change and we had to adjust because we were quarantined immediately and trying to figure it out. People lost family members. I personally was affected that way, as well as losing jobs, losing their housing, just their lives got turned upside down. So you already probably were dealing with regular stressors, but then you throw that in the mix and it's all compounded. And that's a lot. That's enough to make anyone get angry.
Specifically, one thing I remember during the pandemic was the highs and the lows. The highs and the lows, not just because I was restricted and had to deal with change of staying indoors and wearing a mask, but also the constant looping on television of things that we've known forever as Black Americans playing out on the TV. What were some of the things that you were seeing with Black Americans as it related to anger with civil unrest?
Well, like what you just mentioned is constantly looped, on social media, on the television. You're constantly seeing, the social justice issues played over and over and over again. And I know from my experience being a Black woman, a lot of times we're told not to speak, on our anger because that stereotype that you don't want to be that angry Black person or that angry Black woman, so you keep it in and you stuff it. But it's hard to do that when you're constantly faced, seeing it over and over and over again. So in my practice in particularly, I've seen more African American people reaching out for help to manage the anger because they've either been directly affected or impacted by, seeing all the different social justice issues going on.
Yeah, I will definitely say we've seen a lot of Black Americans, especially those that were on the front lines, saying, I need to take a mental break, right?
Yes.
Because it is playing,
Yes.
It is looping. But to your point, when you have been living with it and stuffing it for so long and then it is on display, it is a little bit difficult to hold some of those emotions back. You mentioned you saw an increase in people that are reaching out.
Yes.
What is some of the advice that you're sharing with them on how to cope?
So the biggest piece of advice that I give for anybody just in general is you've got to practice self-care. And I'll take it as far as us being women just in general. A lot of times we don't do that. We take care of everybody else and we put everybody else's needs first because we're nurturers. But when your body tells you that you're getting angry because it gives you signs, you've got to acknowledge those signs. So it could be a headache, it could be a stomach ache, your heart's beating fast. Listen to your body, and you need to stop and do self-care. So that could be you simply walking away from the situation, doing a positive distraction like calling somebody and talking to them about the situation that you trust, or it could be somebody that makes you laugh. It could be working out, but the biggest piece is you've got to do self-care. You've got to check when your body tells you, okay, I'm angry, you need to stop, check that, and you need to take care of yourself.
All right, everyone, self-care. We've got to have self-care to ensure that we're not harming ourselves. One or two things that we can do to practice self-care.
So number one, I encourage people to do a joy list, like list things that bring you joy, and every day you take a few things from that list and you do that. It could be riding a bike, every day. I know people that have to walk every day. They need to, get out and socialize because, hey, we were in this pandemic, we were quarantined. We weren't able to do that. Now things are more open and we can start doing that again. But I would also, encourage people to journal, because everybody doesn't like, to necessarily talk about their feelings up front in the beginning with other people. So to start journaling it out, talk about what you're feeling, what happened, and what maybe you can do different. And then if you want to share it with somebody else, you can, but just make sure that you are constantly being aware of when you're when you're angry. And anger sometimes is a mask for other feelings. So if you're angry, it's more than likely some other feelings that's behind that, and you want to express all of that. So just make sure, whether you're journaling it or verbally talking to somebody about it, that you get that out and you express it.
Well, I can do those things. A joy list, socialize, ride a bike. Ramona, thank you so very much for your tips. Ladies, we want to help you manage your anger, if that is something that you're struggling with. Head on over to todayswomannow.com. Read that column in more depth. We'd like to see you work on ensuring you're taking care of you and practicing good self-care.